Hello, students who are not in class today. Today is Tuesday, December 14th, so there is homework. Make sure that you are looking in the weekly folders to find your homework. There's a video just for the homework as well. So, in our planners today, we wrote HW homework, common denominator division. All right, today, Unit 4, Lesson 11. I can solve fraction division problems by using common denominators. This is similar to yesterday, except we're not drawing pictures. Instead, we're going to rewrite our fractions using common denominators. I am going to put the worksheet into your yellow folder up at the top, so that way you can try this out as well. The worksheet that I gave in class looked like this, and on the back side, it had all the possible answers. I would really recommend that you practice with this and see if you can get the correct answers that are on the second page. All right, I'm going to jump to the first problem. It says 1/5 divided by 2/3. The first thing I want you to notice is that the denominators aren't the same. It's 5 and 3. So if you look down on the bottom, here's 1/5 again, and here's 2/3 again. I rewrote the denominator so that way 15 is the denominator for both fractions. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. It's been a while since we practiced this, but we're going to make equivalent fractions by multiplying. 5 times 3 is 15, so I'm going to write that on top. 2 times 3, and 1 times 3 is 3/15. Then I'm going to go over to the second fraction, 2/3. 3 times 5 is 15, so on the top, 2 times 5 is 10. So my second fraction is 10/15. So now I'm going to go back up and look at the original problem. It said 1/5 divided by 2/3. I changed 1/5 into 3/15. So I'm going to copy that, 15. I'm going to erase the highlighted. Then I'm literally going to copy, and I'm going to put 3/15 onto the first line. So 3/15, 1/5. See how 1/5 was first? Great. My second fraction was 2/3. Then I changed it to 10/15. Gonna get rid of the highlighted part. I'm going to copy, and I'm going to paste it. Now I have two fractions with a common denominator. They both have 15 on the bottom. And the reason why we want to write our fractions this way is because if I go across, it says 15 divided by 15, which is 1. And then on the top, I'm going to write this in kind of a funny way. You saw it yesterday. This says 3 divided by 10. I'm not even going to put it in my calculator. I'm going to rewrite it as a fraction on the top, 3 divided by 10. Now, this thing here is really crazy looking, but I have good news for you, all right? We can get rid of this bottom one because 5 divided by 1 is 5, and 10 divided by 1 is 10. See how my answer isn't changing? What if it was 1,000,000 divided by 1? Our answer would still be 1,000,000. I'm going to highlight divide by 1. Here it is. That says divide by 1. This number on top is getting divided by 1. And we just said that anything divided by 1 is itself. So that 1 on the bottom, I'm just going to get rid of it. And I'm going to rewrite this number on top to 3/10. See how the 10 went down there? This is my final answer. This is the answer to 1/5 divided by 2/3. The answer is 3/10. Let's try another one. This one's especially tricky because this first number isn't a fraction. Do you remember how to write it as a fraction? It's on top of 1. Because if I put this in my calculator, 3 divided by 1 is still 3. It looks different, but it's still 3. All right. So I'm going to now look down on the bottom. Here's that 3 on top of 1. I'm going to change it into a 4 on the bottom for the denominator because the other fraction is 4. I could make it 4, 8, 12, or 16, but I want to use small numbers. So now I'm going to make an arrow. 1 times 4 is 4. 3 times 4 is 12. So my first fraction is 12/4. It was 3, but now it's 12/4. Hey, 12 divided by 4 in my calculator is 3. So I can definitely see that this fraction is the same as 3. For the other fraction, do you see how it already has 4 on the bottom? Right? I could put in times 1, and I could put in times 1. It's the same because it's already 1/4. I don't have to change it at all. The whole point is to make the denominator be the same, and now they are. So I'm going to divide across. 4 divided by 4 is 1. Yes, because I don't have to divide by 1. I'm going to cross it out. Anything divided by 1 is itself. So whatever we get on the top is going to be our answer. So here we go. On the top, there's a 12 and then a 1. So I'm going to rewrite that as 12 on top of 1. Then I'm going to take that and rewrite it again. 12 on top of 1. And then I'm going to think about, what if I put that in the calculator? That's 12 divided by 1. That's just 12. That's my answer. I'm going to do one more, and then I really encourage you to do the worksheet yourself. This one is especially tricky because down on the bottom, I didn't write in the common denominator. So we talked about least common multiples. I need to find the same number for both denominators. So I'm going to count by 10. 10, 20, 30, and then I'm going to stop. Then I'm going to go over to the other denominator, and it's 8. So I'm going to count by 8. 8, 16, 24. Let's see, I had 30 on the other side, so I'm going to keep going. 32, and if I add 8 more, 40. Yes, because the next number when I count by tens over here is 40. So that 40 number that's the same in both lists, that's going to be my denominator. 40 and 40. So on the right side, 10 times 4 is 40. So 3 times 4 is 12. That's my second fraction. And on the right, 8 times 5 is 40. And 7 times 5, you're welcome to use a calculator, is 35. My first fraction is 35/40. And my second fraction from down here is 12/40. Ignore that. We're almost done. I'm going to divide across. 40 divided by 40 is 1, and I don't need it. I'm going to cross it out. On the top, I'm just going to rewrite 35 divided by 12 as a fraction. Then I'm going to take that and rewrite it one more time. 35 divided by 12. And now I'm punching it into my calculator. The denominator stays the same, 12. 12 times 2, because 35 divided by 12 gives me an answer of 2 in front. All right, so 12 times 2 is 24. And then I'm going to count up until I get to 35. So 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. It's plus 11. This is my final answer. Right? So there are 3 different problems. There's an entire worksheet that kids worked on in class today. I'm going to encourage you to do that too. You don't have to do it tonight. You can do it tomorrow when you're at home, right? If you were on the field trip, do a couple of them tonight, right? Do your best. See how it goes. Remember, the answers are on the second page.